Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with an upgraded version of my main deck in Clash Royale. That's right, Royale recruits just got so much better. The player Taiga was dominating the best players in the world at 7,999 trophies using this deck. Last season, when he saw log bait everywhere and the Goblin Gang buff about to happen, he put in Mother Witch, arrows to eliminate princesses and dark goblins, and then Bar Barrel to clean up every goblin barrel. Basically, if you're playing against the bait deck, you're gonna be speedrunning wins faster than Clash Royale has ever seen. It might feel mean as they try to distract your mini P.E.K.K.A and flying machine with goblins or skeletons that immediately get turned to your team in the form of piggies. Also, substituting out the goblin cage for a mini P.E.K.K.A allows for way more powerful counter pushes. The mini P.E.K.K.A attacks faster and it hits way harder. So if it locks on a tower, that might be all you need to win the game. I used this deck to push up over 7,000 trophies last season easily. So let's go jump straight into some games on ladder and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel. We got a game against Luis Felipe, and I'm hoping that he decides to make the first play, either going into a mini P.E.K.K.A or fly machine. I am about to get profuse value if you do that, which he doesn't. I guess he's a little bit of a smarter sir. I'm gonna fly machine in the back because I do have anti-air answers with my arrows and my Mother Witch, so I'm not super scared on cycling that. Oh my gosh, wait, this is too good to be true. I think if I go Mother Witch, how many piggies am I about to get? I love the fact that the fly machine plus the Mother Witch, one shot of each finishes off a goblin. It's a recipe for success. Or I guess failure for our opponent. Oh my gosh, he has no elixir. He just uses rocket and try to hit the mini P.E.K.K.A. But the mini P.E.K.K.A is too fast. And then that tower, it's not going to last. I'm sorry, bro. That must feel really bad when you're running log bait and you play into our deck of all things. We have arrows, we have Bar Barrel, we have fly machine, and Mother Witch. I think the dude already dipped out. This has to be a world record for making someone rage quit. He left the game in a solid like 40 seconds. I've never seen that before. So if you guys hate log bait like I do, play this deck. You'll be supremely successful and make every single log bait player cry as they die. All right, so we've got a game against Spock 1. I have definitely played against this guy before. I'm interested to see what he's running this time. I'm going to go for a fly machine in the back, and he's going to immediately go in for a bandit. So typically, I would expect it to be a P.E.K.K.A deck. Oh, wait. This is really weird. Zappies with bandit. Is this Mega Knight? It might be a Mega Knight deck. I'm expecting a Mega Knight to plop down on all those recruits. I could go for Zappies immediately, but I just don't feel comfortable doing that. Let's go! I am so happy we baited out a Ram Rider. Did he not know that I was going to go for Zappies there? It's going to melt the Ram Rider, and it's going to melt the Inferno Dragon. That's the benefit of being patient. He might end up going in for a Mega Knight here on the right-hand side, so I'm going to split one little piggy in that lane, so then he's enticed to counter it with different things. If we just stack up all of our stuff without knowing what our opponent has, we can't really complain about Mega Knight being overpowered then. We can't really complain about being, oh, how did we ever get matched against Mega Knight? Because I would have lost the game because of my misplay. We learn from our experiences, we get better, and we don't do that ever. That's the #1 rule with this deck. Don't stack up stuff until you know what your opponent has. Because almost everyone in mid-ladder or crazy ladder deck land will have a Mega Knight in their deck. So we're going to go in for a Mother Witch on the left-hand side because we're going to be able to finish off the Zappies quite nicely. And we'll also get good counter push here. Look at that. I knew it. I foreshadowed the future. I saw his cards and I knew what I needed to do. Okay, we are definitely going for Zappies here in a position where the Mega Knight will not jump on them. Pretty important stuff if you ask me. And I wonder if he's going to lose the game in the left-hand lane. That would be awesome. That would make me so happy. I'm going to go in for a fly machine to go and snipe the mini P.E.K.K.A and work on that early. Mini P.E.K.K.A, we're taking all day and all night. We're grinding. We're studying. We're perfecting our craft to shut you down. And if the fly machine didn't put in that excessive amount of work, a 24-hour shift, I think we would have seen a different shift in the game with the mini P.E.K.K.A connecting to my tower and probably putting me in a position where I would lose. But as you guys can see, we're playing against someone that ends up having a Mega Knight deck. We just played safe rather than sorry. And I think this guy's going to be very sorry at the end because he's taking another Mega Knight hit straight to the face. And if he doesn't break through right now, he will lose the game. So we'll see what we can make happen here. I should have bar barreled early, so then the barbarian barrel would have been able to come up clutch. That was a great zap from our opponent, actually. I think that the barbarian barrel will pull back the Mega Knight. Oh, wow. That was a pretty bad mini P.E.K.K.A because I think the Mega Knight didn't jump. Never mind. It was the best mini P.E.K.K.A of my life. Are you guys kidding me right now? That was insane. Also, I wonder if he's able to get any extra damage here because we can just go for Zappies. He's not going to be able to go in for a zap and arrows in time. We should be able to shut that down. Let's go, guys. Easy win against Mega Knight. And even if he took the other tower, I could have Royale Hogs in the middle and he wouldn't have been able to afford his Mega Knight in time. and we would have won the game. He spent all of his elixir on the left-hand side, and he had nothing. It's a beautiful sight to see destroying Mega Knight so easily. After that dominant win, now we're 9,700 in the world. All right, so jumping into this one against Mr. Raphael. We're going to see what he's up to. Definitely want to make sure that he spams into our Royal recruits. Oh, Goblin Gang. Could this be log bait? Maybe? Please? I'm hoping and praying that we play against a log bait player. If we set up our zappies in the back and then go recruits at the river and arrows away his princess, he has no source of splash damage, and we automatically win the matchup. So that's what we're going to be going for right now. In fact, I'm going to set up the rail recruits with the flying machine, and it will be even more difficult for our opponent to defend. He's going to fireball, so he doesn't have the traditional log bait version that has rocket. Rocket is not going to give him a good trade against the flying machine. He was able to wiggle his way out of that one, but still going to take a massive amount of damage. So even in the best case scenario where he substituted out the rocket for a fireball, he's still not taking a great trade. I'm going to go for a mini P.E.K.K.A here early, and then I think I'm going to get an arrows down here and then barbarian barrel when we can completely clean up the rest of the goblins. So not a terrible trade for us, but not great. I think the barbarian's able to clean up one of them. The other one's going to get a hit on my tower. There's nothing I can do about it. Mini P.E.K.K.A might though too. Oh, that is devastation. That feels so freaking good. So since he's got fireball, we want to make sure that we split one of the weaker zappies on the right-hand side, so he's going to be less inclined to fireball them. If I split two of them, that's going to be too much trouble for me, and I don't care if you Dark Goblin. That's a bad decision for you, dude. In single elixir, when you're down elixir and you don't have a high damage per second card, how are you expecting to defend 6 rail recruits at the river with 2 zappies on the left and 1 on the right? I gotta be real with you. The Inferno Tower, it does not do splash damage, so I'm wondering what your brain thought process was there, but I don't know if that's going to work out. Obviously, I can't afford the Mother Witch, but it doesn't necessarily matter right now. Oh, I guess I can afford the Mother Witch if you're going to go and do that. That's beautiful, baby. That's 2 piggies and the fly machine connecting to the right-hand side. So if you guys are sick and tired of playing against log bait or anything with Inferno Tower, you automatically win with this deck. So many people have switched to running Inferno Tower instead of Cannon, and Inferno Tower costs more elixir, and it does even worse against bait cards, and we have an entire deck of bait cards, so you're just going to get messed up real fast. Even after the Rail Hogs nerf, Rail Recruits became one of the best decks in the new meta because log bait is absolutely everywhere. And this guy had Fireball with Wall Breakers and Goblin Drill, so he had a much better matchup than any log bait player could ever hope for. And he still almost got 3 crowned when he was trying the entire match. This deck is way too strong, and now we're 8,600 in the world. So we're jumping into this one and hoping that our opponent decides to make the first play. If they decide not to, I might be inclined to go in for a Barbarian Barrel since I have another small spell in my hand immediately after. I can cycle my arrows if he decides to go for a Goblin Barrel, and I won't take too many repercussions. Wait, seriously? You're going to eat a Barbarian Barrel hit? Oh, man. I think this guy is going to be running a Golem deck. I'm going to try to sneak through with the Flying Machine and try to get some damage. Slip on through, give me the damage. Nah, right into a Mega Minion. So that's a -1 trade, but it's a +1 Piggy trade. So maybe the -1 elixir was all for the Piggy. It was perfectly calculated. Oh, it's a Golem deck. Didn't I say I thought he was going to be running like a Golem deck or a big beatdown deck because he was not cycling anything at all? We do get a pig. We don't get much else, though. I'm going to cycle my Zappies all in the left-hand lane because I'm expecting him to go Golem. If he goes Golem, I want a mini P.E.K.K.A on top of the Night Witch and then arrows immediately after so we can completely clean it up really nicely. So we're going to arrows. With the arrows, we clean it up. Let's go. No extra damage, and we're going to get counter push. Let's go. Wait, is he giving us good game, or does he actually think he's won? I don't know. I'm always confused by that because no one's won the game yet. We're actually even right now. And you do have Fireball for my Royal Hogs deck, so I'm a little bit scared. All right, so I can go for recruits in the back and build up a pretty big push. That's generally what I like to do with this deck if I don't end up having either my Mother Witch or, you know, my Zappies in a good card cycle. Ooh, I thought that was a wizard for a second. I'm like, I don't want to see Harry Potter. All my cards die to splash damage. But what we can do is we can go for Mother Witch in the middle and hopefully solve the riddle with those bats. Unfortunately, the bat didn't really want to go up in my face. Wow. He just wiped that thing out of existence. Yo, this is really scary. He's going to have arrows and zap, and he's also going to have fireballs. So he has 2 ways of cleaning up all of my fireball bait. This is going to be sketchy as the game escalates. Definitely want to go and split up our Royal Hog so we don't give him too much fireball value, and we'll see what he decides to do. Fisherman is not it, Chief. You are not activating King Tower with that placement. You wanted to make sure that we go behind the Giant, so that's why you dropped that there. Oh, this is going to be such a sketchy defense, though, for us, because the Night Witch is going to give us some problems. Unless it goes in front, Please stay in front. No, it went behind. How did he calculate that? Did he just decide to troll me or something? I think it was just for trolling. It had to be for trolling purposes. He zaps and arrows and finishes everything off, and then he's probably going to fireball in the zappies. Wait, it was definitely a good game for me. He thought he was going to win because this matchup is not good for me at all. Oh, no. Wait, can we make this happen? Is this going to work? I mean, I can go for Royal Hogs on the right-hand side, and he's likely going to have to go in for a fireball to cycle back to that. We knew that the flying machine was going to get shut down by the Mega Minions, so there was no point in supporting that any further. And if he defends that in the left-hand side, then he's going to be able to get counter-pushed in the lane that he wants, right? He has all of his damage aggregated in the left-hand lane. So if we go in with Royal Hogs there, it's a bad decision. So we want to concentrate our value in the right-hand side and see if we can leave him with nothing left over. So we're going to go in for a Mother Witch here and then try to go in for a Fly Machine and space everything out so then he can't fireball on what he wants. Notice how the Mother Witch is going in the left-hand lane so he can't fireball that and also end up hitting the Fly Machine that he needs to kill. Oh my gosh. Wait, we can Royal Hogs right now. This is so good because he has the arrows and zap. He has nothing for the Royal Hogs. He's royally screwed. GG, well played, and peace out. It's a pleasure taking your trophies and all of your towers. Very fun beating someone with arrows, zap, and fireball. The trifecta of spells to completely crush all of our fireball bait. But if you spread your stuff just enough, you might be able to win. Okay, so flashbacks. All right, dude, are you gonna get flashbacks of Mother Witch after this game? Is that what we're gonna do to you? Oh, I don't feel like this is gonna be feeling good for him. That's gonna be 3 little piggies crossing the road to get to the other side. And I wonder what he's going to do. He's going to try to bide his time with a musketeer and then still take a lot of damage. Oh my gosh. That is so crazy. 800 damage right out of the jump without even doing anything. Okay, here's the difficulty. If I go in for a flying machine, it's not going to be able to kill that quite quickly. And then also on top of that, he's going to go for a snowball. Wait, he whiffed the snowball. What is he doing? Wait, maybe that wasn't a bad play. Maybe that wasn't a bad snowball. I don't know if that was a bad snowball because I wasn't able to get Royal Hogs down and fast enough. This is bad. This is going to make me sad. And I thought I was really glad after the start, but that did not pan out as I thought. So he's going to have another Musketeer or Ice Golem. Probably Ice Golem. Yeah, that's what I would do if I was him. I knew his deck. He's going to end up having Barbarian Barrel and Snowball with Musketeer, Fast Cycle, and Miner, Balloon, and then the Ice Golem is just going to be cannon fodder every single time that he goes in for the Musketeer, so then he can keep it alive. I'm going to go Zappies, so it's going to be harder for him to stop this if I can go for Royal Recruits at the river and expedite my push. And we'll see what we can do here, guys. If he goes in for a Miner, I don't necessarily think that that's a great decision on his end. It's going to get some damage, but he's going to be down a lot of Elixir right now. I'm going to go in for a Mini P.E.K.K.A. as well, try to find my way through. Oh, I should have Mother Witch predicted, but he knew that I didn't have Elixir because I dropped my Mini P.E.K.K.A. so fast. Okay. All right, we're going to get some damage, but he's going to snowball everything back. Really good defense with the Musketeer and not even having to drop the bomb tower. This guy is a smart player, so you know what? Credit where credit is due. You outplayed me a bit there. Also, with the Musketeer locking onto my tower, I was kind of laughing at a snowball, but I should not be laughing at the snowball. He's saving the bomb tower for the Royal Hogs, so he's able to crush it for a +1 Elixir trade. So this guy is a very, very good player. Can I make a comeback against someone that's played rather perfectly with a decent matchup? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to go in for Zappies in front of my tower so we don't take any Barbarian Barrel damage, and now we know for a fact that he's not going to have bomb tower and cycle. So what I can do is I can go for Royal Recruits at the river and then go in for a Fly Machine on the left-hand side because he doesn't have Musketeer there. So he's going to try to go in for like an Ice Golem, and then he might be able to get back to something else that would be scary for me. If he goes in for a Miner and then a Musketeer on top of the Fly Machine, that would be the scariest thing possible. But maybe we can keep the Fly Machine alive. That's what we need. We really want the Fly Machine to not die right now. The Zappy's taking the targeting, so the Fly Machine still isn't getting targeted. We need that Fly Machine to lock on the tower. I'm trying everything I can. I'm literally doing everything that I can in front of that to make it work, but it's not happening. This guy just significantly outplayed me. He played perfectly, and he just played very smart. He ended up saving the bomb tower for the Royal Hogs, and then he also used the Musketeer and Snowball on defense in perfect conjunction to knock back my Mini P.E.K.K.A., and I wasn't able to break through. So if you play against bomb tower players with Musketeer and a quick card cycle and Snowball for pushback, you might have some trouble if your opponent's extremely good. GG and well played. We can't win every game we play, but we'll bounce on to the next one. All right, it's time to bounce back. And this guy isn't cycling anything at the start, unfortunately, so we'll just wait and see if he wants to do something eventually. If he doesn't, I'll Barb Barrel on the tower because I do have another small spell, so if he decides to go and spam me, we're going to be fine if you go in for Goblin Barrels. Ooh, is this going to be a P.E.K.K.A. deck? Whenever I see Bandit, I'm immediately expecting P.E.K.K.A. There's a chance it's something different, and this is definitely going to be P.E.K.K.A. after we see Bandit and Minions. Wait, what? Okay, that's really weird. That's wonky, my man. I'm going to go for Zappies here just to make sure that we don't take any damage at all from the Minions. And we're also going to be able to finish off the Miner a little bit faster. So he's going to have Miner, Minions, Electro Wizard, Bandit. Is this a weird Mega Knight deck that I haven't been expecting forever? Oh my gosh, the Motherwords gave us a lot of damage, but last time that happened, we ended up losing our tower on the counter push. So let's not have a repeat of last game. If I go in for Royal Hogs right now because you didn't have Mega Knight earlier, I expect you to not have Mega Knight now. Great! That's horrible. Well, we beat Mega Knight last time we played against it, so let's get some Deja Vu up in here. I was asking for no Deja Vu, but now I really need it. So I'm going to go in for a mini P.E.K.K.A, and then I'm going to immediately arrows when I can afford it. I can't afford it because I'm poor. Oh my gosh, it's dead. I can't believe I got that lucky. The Mega Knight almost rose from the ashes and jumped on my tower, and that would have cost me the entire game. 800 damage is not something that I have a luxury of taking when I'm already down. Okay, guys, I don't want to lose 2 games in a row, so we really have to win this one. I want to go in for zappies in the back and then go for Royal Recruits at the river. Last time we were able to beat Mega Knight pretty decisively by splitting up our pushes. So we'll see if we can do something similarly here. I'm going to go in for most of the zappies on the right-hand side since the miner is already doing a lot of damage to my tower. I just want to stop it. I don't want any more there. And fortunately for us, we see an Inferno Dragon. So that's one of those cards that's not scary in this matchup. I would hate to see a Mega Minion because that can pile on a lot of value on my Fly Machine. And the Fly Machine would never be able to get cycled because the Mega Minion would be able to instantaneously kill it. So if he goes in for an Inferno Dragon, it's going to die to the Fly Machine. We're going to get a lot of damage with the Recruits. And then when the Mega Knight comes through, we just simply defend it with a mini P.E.K.K.A. So that's what my game plan is right now. We're in a Barbarian Barrel here, arrows, and then mini P.E.K.K.A. when I get the chance. So I'm going to mini P.E.K.K.A. on top of the Electro Wizard, and it's going to go back on the Mega Knight. It one-shots the E-Wiz, so that's extremely good for us. Also, if you guys haven't done this before, it's very fun to go in for one Royal Hog and the other side and have that tank for the mini P.E.K.K.A. Watch the mini P.E.K.K.A. It's going to take his entire tower. No! Come on, man! You could have lost the left-hand tower, and that would have been so much more satisfying. But you decided to lose the other one instead. Oh my gosh. That's unfortunate. He lost the right tower, but it wasn't the right tower, man. It wasn't the right tower for our satisfaction. So with 14 seconds remaining, his miner has the arduous task of somehow doing 1,500 damage. Maybe if it evolved to becoming a mighty miner, that would be a different story, but that's not happening, man. Unfortunately for you, you can't make it a champion, and we become the champion of the game. GG, well played, and peace out, buddy. It's super satisfying ending on a win against Mega Knight, especially when we were down. Bouncing back feels fantastic. And we're going to be ending the day at 7,000 in the world. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.